Hey everybody, Chef Carl back again. This is Today is Sunday, the 5th of April. It is day 17 of me being home. Day 2 of me doing this video blog. So hey, looking forward to this. Got some feedback from yesterday's, so really excited about that. For Tom, who said nice content, bro. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. Like I said, it was a first go, just to see kind of throwing a lot of stuff out there to see what sticks, kind of a thing. Cartel Long it's almost like we're related. We are related, sister. So thanks to my sister for commenting. She also put she's indifferent to the beans and the chili. Whatever, she agrees pretty much otherwise. But sweet tea equals bitter sugar water. Amen. I think it's funny because most of the rest of our family drinks tea like it's going out of style, and me and Karen are like, no. And then mayonnaise is the white death. I don't know where you got that from, but that's hilarious. Anyway, today's Sunday. It's Palm Sunday for those who follow that tradition. I know today got up, watched church online, which is something that I've done the last 3 weeks now. Just want a quick shout out to my Church of the Highlands family. It's nice during this time when you can't get out and you can't meet regularly to have a resource like that where you're already set up to watch a service. That was really kind of cool. So I definitely enjoyed that this morning in the last couple weeks. The one thing though, and I know a lot of people who go to church may have this same feeling. It's not the same as being there in person, but it beats just sitting at the house just staring at the four walls. So big shout out to them. I would say that this, with next week being Easter, if you don't have a church home or if you don't have a way to watch a church service that you're comfortable with, check us out at churchofthehighlands.com. 3 services next week, 8, 9:45, and 11:30. And so that's my invitation to y'all who are looking for something, and don't have a church home, as it were. If you want to watch a church service, please watch us at Church of the Highlands. I think you'll enjoy the service with Pastor Chris and all. Couple things, about what's coming up. I know yesterday's show was very heavy into pro wrestling. And what is this, a pro wrestling vlog? No, it's just my life. It's things that I do. So my suggestion is the more you guys like and comment and contact me with questions, comments, whatnot, ideas and the like, the more likely we'll do some other stuff. Of course, this being WrestleMania weekend, it's going to be a little heavy wrestling this weekend. So if you're not into wrestling, I apologize. And I'm purposely doing the wrestling part at the end. So if you're not into wrestling at all and don't care about wrestling, then hey, it's a perfect opportunity to watch the front half and then pick it up tomorrow, kind of thing. Speaking of tomorrow, I'm gonna try to do my first. I don't know that you're going to call it a cooking demo per se, because I'm having to deal with some camera things. I'm trying to set up the camera to work how I really want it to. I'm not doing this off. I used to have a camera that I could do that, but over a couple moves and the like, my camera broke and it's not fixable. So this is literally off the camera off of my laptop. So that's kind of how this is going right now. And I'm going to try to find a way. I'm going to do a test this afternoon on setting up the camera so that I can kind of do a cooking demo, kind of tomorrow. Or at least give you guys some things that will help you and just some ideas. Tomorrow, being Monday, I'm going to do red beans and rice here at the house. So I'm going to try to set that up for you guys so you can guys see how I do that. So like I said, we're doing the test this afternoon. Hopefully that's going to come out really, really good. Red beans and rice is a very traditional New Orleans dish. And it's also a very traditional on Monday dish. So, I'm going to show that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. in that respect. But other ideas, like I said, I'm kind of open to just about anything. The more ideas you throw at me, the better. The better. Um, you know, what are you guys watching TV wise? I know today, for me personally, I'll watch WrestleMania tonight. I'll probably also watch. I'll pick up on the next episode of The Walking Dead. Uh, yeah, I know, right? I enjoy the show. um, and it's something I picked up on a couple years ago. I came to the party late, but I've caught up, and I've literally watched every episode now, and I'm pretty current. But so people like what you like. But what else are you guys watching right now? I know personally, and this is going to be just a weird mix of things that I've been watching. But gosh, I've been watching back episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. I love Andy Griffith Show. It will always be one of my favorites. The first several seasons where Don Knotts is present are better, of course, than once he left the show. It was not as good, but it's still very enjoyable. I've been watching some James Bond movies. I know we watched my personal favorite, Live and Let Die, the other night. I don't know what it is about that movie, but Live and Let Die to me it's the ultimate Bond movie, and because it may have been the first one I ever watched. Not sure, and my phone's going off, but they can wait, or can they? Let's make sure this isn't important. It is not. Good. Anyway, gosh, what are some other things we've watched? We've watched some wrestling because it being WrestleMania week. We've watched a lot of the old WrestleManias. That's been a lot of fun, just because WrestleMania has a special. Wrestling is just something I've enjoyed, but I'm not going to talk too much about that because the back half of the show is going to be very wrestling heavy. Oh, T-shirt of the day today is one of my old Tony Stewart shirts. A couple different paint schemes in there. Office Depot number 14, the Mobile One number 14. Of course, LSU hat today. Go Tigers, especially if you watched yesterday's and you heard my comments about Alabama football. So go Tigers. Some things I'm probably going to watch this week. I don't know. I'm thinking about probably watching Stargate SG-1 again, just because I enjoy that show a lot. That's one that's another one I was late to the party on because of my work and all that. But anyway, so again, if you've got cooking ideas, please, send them in, because again, I want to be able to do some things like that. Just understand on some of your cooking ideas. Just realize that with us being in the situation we are all in right now, I may not have all the ingredients that I would normally use, and if I don't, I'll tell you what. If I'm doing something for you guys, if I'm cooking something that I'm showing, just realize that I might end up substituting some stuff, and if I do, I'll tell you what I'm substituting and all that, or what I would do differently, at a restaurant or something like that. So again, your feedback's important. So again, make sure you're liking, make sure you're commenting, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're ringing the bell so you get notified when we're doing all this stuff. Let's see here. Let's just do a quick WrestleMania Day 1 recap. Some of y'all know they split it into 2 days because of the audience situation and all that. If you're into wrestling, just bear with me for a minute. If you're not into wrestling, I apologize, but it's kind of something I'm into. But the pre-show was the pre-show. We did get a match of Cesaro against Drew Gulak. I don't know the backstory. I don't know why they were fighting or any of that stuff, but Cesaro's always good. He's crisp. He's clean. He's one of the physically strongest guys out there anyway. And everything he does looks effortless, and including the way the finisher was where, he did the little spin thing. It was really cool. So Cesaro over Drew Gulak. The first official match of WrestleMania was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross against the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championships. As predicted yesterday, Bliss and Cross with a win. It wasn't a bad match, but it suffered, as all the matches you're going to suffer, are not having an audience there. I mean, I'll say that at the beginning. All of the matches, something was missing because of that. I did predict Bliss and Cross for the win. They are the new women's tag team champions. Second match was Baron Corbin against Elias. This was the Who Cares match of the year, as far as I'm concerned. I did predict Elias would win, but who cares? I mean, both those guys are like watching paint dry. It was a snooze fest. Third match was to me too early in the card, and this was Shayna Baszler against Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Tag Team Championship. I thought technically it was a sound match. I think that the finish, that they went from Shayna Baszler having the submission move on her and then her bridging that into a pinning thing was really cool, but I think it happened a little too soon. That match should have gone a couple more minutes. To me, that match was a lot more important in the big picture than they made it. The next match was incredible. Daniel Bryan against Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm a huge Sami Zayn fan. I have nothing but respect for Daniel Bryan's in-ring work. I did predict Zayn would retain, and he did. I enjoyed the match from start to finish. It was incredible, even with no audience. With audience, it would have been even better. You'd had a lot of "This is awesome," and I actually wore my Sami Zayn t-shirt yesterday. Not for the video, but afterwards. So anyway, that was really, really cool. Next match was the ladder match for the Tag Team Championship that didn't involve any tag teams. John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Jimmy Uso. There were some really cool spots in this, and there were some really painful looking spots in this. And the only negative that this is another match that really suffered bad from the lack of audience. Interestingly enough, near the end of the match, Janet, my wife, she goes, "Oh, you know what they're going to do? Da 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 da." I was like, "Okay." And what did they do? Exactly. She called the finish a minute before it happened. She was up. They're going to do this, and she was dead on. There you go. Again, the weirdness of that is being the fact that when a tag match, I understand why and all that, because certain people couldn't participate because for concerns or whatnot. Next match, Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins. The weirdness in this was the fact that Owens wins by DQ. I don't want to win like that. So they restart the match. So traditionally when they restart the match, what happens? The guy who lost usually wins, right? Well, no. Rollins pins him. Rollins gets pinned by Owens. Called that one again, so that was kind of cool. But I was not as interested in this match as maybe a lot of other people. Right now, Seth Rollins just bores me, but whatever. Next match was for the WWE Universal Championship. Braun Strowman against Goldberg. It can be summed up like this. Spear, 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 spear. 4 spears. Slam, 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 slam. 4 slams. Pin. New champion. Braun Strowman. Goldberg, you need to retire. Instead of who's next, it should be what's next in your life, because it should never be wrestling ever again. You can't go. You're an embarrassment. Retire. Retire now. Never ever get back in the ring, because whatever legacy you had, you're tarnishing. Period. Finally was the Boneyard match that really wasn't a match. It was a movie. I think considering that there was no audience, that's the best thing you could have done with Undertaker. Simply because he can't go anymore. It was entertaining. It really wasn't a wrestling match, but it was entertaining. So I was talking to Brad Williams last night about this, and I said, I've got to process what I just saw, because I don't know what I just saw. It was different. And again, it wasn't a wrestling match. But it was definitely entertaining. If you saw it, hey, comment. Tell me what you thought about night 1. Was it enjoyable? Was it good? Was it, did you like any of it? Did you hate it all? I know in some people's comments out there, I caught some things about, this was terrible. I turned it off after the first match. Other people, I was in and out. Well, I watched it all. We didn't, turn it or anything, but it kind of was what it was. So that's WrestleMania Day 1 recap. Again, tomorrow we're going to do red beans and rice, New Orleans style. We're going to hopefully show you some knife skills tomorrow. We'll do a recap of WrestleMania Day 2. The preview for tonight. Let me see if I have my notes here. Yeah. So things we haven't seen yet, real quick. WrestleMania tonight should be Rhea Ripley against Charlotte Flair. Brock Lesnar against Drew McIntyre should be tonight. Cena, Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse match. I have a feeling that's going to be kind of similar to the Boneyard match now. Having seen what we saw last night, I think there'll be some similarities. You're going to have the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley against Lacey Evans against Naomi against Sasha Banks against Tamina. I think that may be interesting because I think it's going to come down to Bayley and Sasha, and I think it's going to get interesting quick. Edge against Randy Orton, last man standing match tonight. That should be a blast. Street Profits against Austin Theory and Angel Garza. I don't even know who I barely know who Angel Garza is. I don't even know who Austin Theory is. I have no theory of him. Huh. Let's see here. Aleister Black against Bobby Lashley tonight, and then Otis and Dolph Ziggler tonight. And I'm sure there'll be something else. They've hinted that the pre-show match will probably be a women's match. I think it may be Natty and Liv Morgan, but I don't know that for a fact. There's just some things I saw on Twitter. I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow, red beans and rice. We're going to show some knife skills tomorrow. Please, again, comment, like, subscribe. Give me some more ideas, guys. The more ideas that you guys give me, the better this is going to be. I appreciate you. Look forward to hearing from everybody soon. Miss everybody, especially out there who are co-workers or friends or folks I go to church with, whatever. Miss you guys more than you'll ever know. And look forward to seeing you guys real soon.